Tom Wilson, he has a Stanley Cup, that's fine, but I'm gonna tell you right now that there is one award he will never, ever win. All-around good guy award. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Glove Drop. We are done with the regular season and heading to the playoffs. The New York Rangers had their last game of the regular season. It was absolutely incredible. It's just the perfect way to end such a wonderful season. It was a lighthearted game, but the entertainment factor was through the roof. We saw crimes being committed.
Heads for the net, and a save by Georgiev.
There was an awards show.
Hockey's fun.
And we saw a wonderfully wholesome moment.
The cheers are surrounding ovation for Henrik Lundqvist.
And we had a happy ending. The New York Rangers defeat the Washington Capitals at MSG 3-2 to wrap up this incredible season. Both teams were without some of their top players. Capitals were without Ovechkin and Backstrom, and the Rangers without Panarin. All of these players are expected to be back for the playoffs. Breadman, please get well soon. Love you, miss you. Despite the fact that they weren't playing, we were not at a loss for seriously impressive hockey. The goaltending on both the Rangers and the Capitals was unreal. Alexander Georgiev put on such a performance, I was losing it. And on the other side, Samsonov was doing just as much robbing. And that first period, no goals are scored. We go into the first intermission tied 0-0. However, in the second period, despite all of the robbery committed in the first, Philip Yedel gets one by him.
Down chest for Hedel. He scores!
However, the Caps immediately responded 36 seconds later with a goal by Schultz. So that's fine, just keep you on your toes. The Caps held on to that momentum for a very impressive minute and 12 seconds, and they managed to take the lead with a power play goal by Carlson. Let's talk about Alexis Lafreniere. He has, before our eyes, gone and become this machine. There is anybody who I'm looking at as a playoff player, it is Alexis Lafreniere. His growth in these last few weeks has been exponential. The boy is now a man. Big playoff energy. And at 15:44 in the second period, he just goes ahead and ties it on up for a what's good.
Lafreniere, pass through the stroke. Lafreniere scores!
The third period starts and there's another player. And I'll say, if you're just looking at the stats, you're not going to see it. But if you're watching the game, you see this surge in effort and you see this maturity level coming through. And that player is Dryden Hunt. He's much more physical and we're seeing him really get significantly more involved in everything. Everybody's growing up before our eyes and I love it. All of that effort is finally gonna show up on that stat sheet though when Dryden Hunt scores the game-winning goal 6 minutes and 42 seconds into that third period.
The chance for Hunt. He scores!
He also gets the first star of the game because he's putting in the work and he earned it. Alexander Georgiev with that stellar performance, he takes second star of the game. And Braden Schneider, who is quickly becoming one of my new favorite Rangers, he gets the third star of the game. He finishes up with 2 assists. Schneider is taking this opportunity that he's been handed and he is not backing down. There is literally no holding that guy back.
Yeah, Troops Jr.
Now, with the closing out of the regular season, we have our playoff matchup set, and the New York Rangers are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins. Rangers get that home ice advantage for games 1 and games 2, and I gotta say this right now. You know that the Pittsburgh Penguins are coming in with a lot of, bitterness, I think that's the word. I understand that there is that sense of needing to get revenge coming from the Pens. There has been some bulletin board material, mainly Igor Shesterkin waving them bon voyage off the ice after the shutout.
Bye, bitch!
Can we just be serious here for a second? The Pittsburgh Penguins are incapable of controlling their emotions, and that has really gotten in the way for them for a while. The biggest offenders are their top players. Everybody knows Malkin is a bitch. He just gets so hot-headed and loses focus. But we're also seeing Sidney Crosby. Well, he cries all the time, but sucker punch?
So there's the penalty.
They're not helping the team. They're really only hurting the team. So while the Pens will be absolutely seeking some kind of revenge in this first round of the playoffs, going into MSG, especially with the energy of these New York Rangers fans, I think that it's not going to be a very conducive environment for them to keep their head on straight. And I'm really hoping that is going to be a huge factor in them losing. That is all I have for you guys. I will be coming out with a playoff prediction video, and you can bet your sweet ass I will be on here for every single game. I've been doing this for 3 years, and this is the first time that the Rangers have made it into the playoffs. If you think you've seen me jazzed up before, we are jazzing it up to 11. That being said, thank you so much to everybody who's come through and shared this love of hockey and love of the New York Rangers with me. You guys freaking rule. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, because you know the content's gonna be flowing. All 3 of those are at the Glove Drop. It's about to get wild up in this bitch. Let's go, Rangers. I will see you guys on the next one. And until then, I am gonna go figure out my predictions.